I have to admit, I'm a little jealous of our next roaster. You know, he's gotten to work with guys like Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese, Brad Pitt, and I'm stuck doing movies with self-important assholes like Jonah Hill. Please welcome Jonah Hill.
Hi guys, James. How's it going? It's really great to be here for my buddy James. I just don't know why they would choose me though, because there's nothing really anyone can make fun of me for. I guess these guys are gonna make fun of me for something, so I just think I'm just gonna be nice and say what I like about them, because I really love all these people up here. You know, like Bill Hader, good friend of mine, right? He was brilliant on SNL. He was brilliant. And when he left the show this year, every single person was like, what are you doing? You're never, ever gonna work again, like ever. And what does my man Bill do? Boom! He goes ahead and books himself a T-Mobile commercial. Who's laughing now, Lorne Michaels? My man Bill is. I mean, this guy's cashing checks from the 4th largest mobile provider in the nation. And look, I respect Bill because Sprint was coming after him hard. But he just held out for that you T-Mobile money. Bill's awesome. I love you, Bill. Andy Samberg is another friend of mine. I love him. And now that he's got his new TV show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which I'm assuming is about this Brooklyn cop who tried to make it in the movie business but failed and got sent back to TV. My only question is, Andy, when the show gets canceled after 5 episodes, are you gonna do a different cell phone commercial, or are they gonna turn Bill's into a two-hander for both of you guys? Andy's awesome. Sarah Silverman, so amazing, so beautiful. I think you're gorgeous, and I think it's crazy because everyone's like, she's hot for a comic, but I don't agree, because she's not just hot for a comic, she's hot for someone her age.
That's right.
Seriously, Sarah, you were my favorite comic as a kid. Sarah is a role model for every little girl out there. I mean, every little girl dreams of being a 58-year-old single stand-up comedian with no romantic prospects on the horizon. They all dream of it, but Sarah did it.
I'm living it.
And people say it's too late for Sarah to become successful in movies at her age. I, again, do not agree. It's not impossible. I mean, it's not like they're asking you to bear children or anything like that. Because you can't do that. and then there's Jeff Ross, who's gonna kill me later. So I figured I should go pretty hard. Bring it. I never gave you this compliment before, but you're actually the reason I decided to become successful. I saw what you became, and it scared the living shit out of me. Jeff, you're like the ghost of me and Seth's future if we never made it. You know, Jeff, I actually have a question for you. When you meet someone, do you just straight up lie to them and say, yeah, I'm in show business? Or are you honest? Because I imagine it would be easier just to say like, yeah, I'm unemployed. Instead of having to struggle and explain like, yeah, I'm on TV once a year. It's like this thing where famous people come in and I'm part of it, kind of like I make fun of them, but then they leave and go on to their careers and I just kind of stay and clean everything up. But seriously, guys, can you please pick up after yourselves? It's gonna make Jeff's life a lot easier. Thank you. Jeff's awesome, you guys. Aziz, Natasha, Nick Kroll. I'm assuming you guys are James's friends from high school. But I think that is so dope that you guys are willing to get up here even though no one knows who the f you guys are. Okay, that was a joke. I know who you guys are. But genuinely, Aziz hates this joke because all Aziz wants is to be famous. I mean, he's famous in like Silver Lake, but who gives a shit, right? And Nick and Natasha, how much does it bum you guys out that even being associated with you two is literally killing Aziz right now? That's up. And can we talk about my buddy Seth Rogen? Come on. I adore this guy. I f***ing adore this guy. He's a great writer, a great friend, and we can't talk about Seth without talking about the Green Hornet. We just can't, right? Because every person in the world is like, the Green Hornet lost so much money. But that's not true. It didn't lose that much money. I mean, every single person in the world hated it, but it didn't lose that much money. And that's the goal after all, right? To make terrible movies that don't lose that much money. Seth's awesome. Now James, the main course, the feast de resistance. James loves education. He's always going to school. Did you know that he even went to Yale? Okay, look, I know what you're thinking, and it's not true. He got into Yale just like everybody else. He got really, really famous and just kind of asked a person from Yale if he could go there. Just like everybody else. And everyone is gonna make fun of James for the Oscars. It's obvious. Everyone was saying, James was dead up there. But I think that was Anne Hathaway's fault. I mean, her for trying, like at all. How dare she attempt in some way to entertain the millions of people trying to escape their lives for a few hours? I commend you, James. You know, you always hear George Clooney and other big movie stars saying, my philosophy on making movies is one for them and one for me. But not my guy, James. Not my boy, James. James is a rebel. He has his own philosophy on this. One for them, 5 for nobody. Okay. All jokes aside, James, you are the weirdest person anyone has ever met in their entire life. I've known you for 10 years, and I'm still pretty sure I've never met you before. But for some reason, I love you, dude, so.
Our next roaster was number 29 on Maxim's Hot 100 in the year 2007. Please welcome Sarah Silverman.
For tonight, Seth Rogen. Isn't he round? Can't tell if this is a dais or the line to suck Judd Apatow's balls. It's so Jewy. What is this, the Comedy Central audit of James Franco? I saw the movie The Guilt Trip. Seth, what was it like working with Barbra Streisand? And how did you two tell each other apart? Like, did one of you wear a carnation, or is it something like that? Seth's parents actually met at a kibbutz. If you don't know what a kibbutz is, it's a community in Israel where apparently they don't allow abortions. Right before the show started, Seth rolled a gigantic fatty because that was the only way we could get Jonah Hill onto the stage. James, I loved Spring Breakers. Spring Breaker is actually the nickname we gave Jeff Ross when he sits on a bed. James recently won the Ally Award for his support of the LGBT community. It's a prestigious award that's given annually. It's given annually. Jonah Hill is here. I love Jonah. Jonah is such a Jewy dick. You have to watch his movies through a hole in a sheet. J0NAH actually gained 50 pounds for his role in the new Martin Scorsese film because the producers wanted the character to be a Jonah Hill type. But he slimmed down a lot last year. But what J0NAH lost in weight, he gained in weight. J0NAH, on a scale from 1 to 10, do you own a scale? But seriously, you've had such a body transformation in the past couple years. You've come a long way from just being Sonny and Cher's daughter. Hi, Bill Hader. I hate making fun of Bill. He's so sweet and gentle, and I used to date his brother, Jew Hader. But Natasha Leggero, everybody. I love Natasha so much. This is Natasha's first roast, you guys. She's like a little chihuahua because she's teeny tiny, and she's feisty, and she's filled with Mexican DNA. Just to be clear, when I say filled with Mexican DNA, I mean she's filled with the of Mexican people. Like from tons of Mexican gentlemen inside her vast vagina, and also from her guzzling. I just didn't want there to be a misunderstanding. Speaking of brownish people, Aziz Ansari is here. Been a huge supporter of Aziz for years, and for only the price of a cup of coffee. By the way, Aziz can't stay all night. He's got to get back in the cupboard. Tonight is about our man of the hour, Mr. James Edward Franco, sitting to my right. James is openly a very sexual person. I don't think James is necessarily gay or straight. I think he literally can't open his eyes enough to see who he's f***ing. James did a movie called Interior Leather Bar. It's about gay pornography. He was inspired after he ate a giant bag of dicks hosting the Oscars. Robert De Niro, Sean Penn, Julia Roberts. These are just some of the huge stars James has worked with who didn't want to be here tonight. But you landed me, and I'm so lucky for that. Congratulations, doll.
Good job, Sarah.